morning, welcome to summerween day 3 already. It is Sunday and we're right in the ticket of the 24-hour challenge. I am going to sleep. It started last night. I did some Discord sprints and started reading as much as possible, and that is what I want to continue today until I go to bed. So I just slept normally. It is 9:30 right now. And unfortunately, I cannot read immediately because I have to edit yesterday's vlog. So, however, yesterday I read till about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I have only 1.5 hours left of You Did Nothing Wrong. So the intention is to finish that today. And then I have to find a new audiobook. And so far, I have no clue yet. I wasn't sure if I could get you 2 audiobooks. Turns out I can, which is amazing. But we'll see. I'm just winging it at this point. The crafting plans for today are making a collar on the sweater. And then I think I can only do 1 more row on the spike stitch part. This is how wide it is now. This is the yarn I have left. So I think only 1 more row, maybe 2. So I definitely want to finish this part as well. But first, edit. And unfortunately, I personally cannot listen to an audiobook while I edit. So I hope to get that done as soon as possible. Then set up the collar, and then I can host prints. Because if I host prints on Discord, I need the timer on front, so I can't do the pattern on front. That's why I need to do that before I host prints. So let's see where we get today. It is almost 1 o'clock. We have started the first prints, but a lot of things are finished. I finished this part of the blanket. I could do 2 more rows, or I could do 2 more rows until this this end. I lost yarn chicken, but I had a tiny bit of black yarn left from the other squares, so that's just what I used. That's, you know, there's one tiny part without glitter now, and I think it's fine. I almost lost yarn chicken on that one too, but we nailed it. So that's done. And also, my book is done. I finished You Did Nothing Wrong. As expected, a lot of things went wrong. Unfortunately, it kind of stayed like how I predicted, so there were not a lot of twists and turns. There was a twist, but that didn't make it scarier or anything. It did make it more dramatic. I think it's a good book. It is just not what I wanted and what I expected because of how it is marketed and you know, what they tell in the synopsis, how they portray it. So now I'm craving a real haunted house story with actual ghosts in it. And for that, the safest bet is gonna be a Darcy Coates books. Darcy Coates does haunted house stories really well. Some are just mid-range but very enjoyable for me, and others are really good and 5 stars. So I have Cravon Manor. That was saved already, so that is what we're gonna pop up. I am currently in the first sprint. We're having a Frankenstein mock today. And I also put on the collar of the sweater, so it's back on the needles. I'm like 3 rows in. Not that much. But everything is restarted again. Oh, I also marinated the meat for dinner tonight. We're eating caramelized Vietnamese pork and I'm very excited about it. So that's it so far. Second book down. I'm gonna use it as Ride in the Dark. Out of the full book, only 1.5 hours is not listened to in the dark. The rest is all listened to in the dark, so I'm gonna count it. It was a very small portion that has seen the light of day. And I just didn't want to be stuck of not being able to finish that book and don't really want to start a new book, audiobook. Since I do try to read as much as I can today. So yeah, the video is edited and uploaded, so we're good to go. All we have to do now is read and get food. It's 3:30 and I have started a new book. I have chosen Cravon Manor by Darcy and this is a very classic haunted house story and it's exactly what I needed. This is a very spooky mansion, overgrown, not currently lived in, probably hasn't been lived in for 200 years. There's a black cat, there's loads of crows, they have a mausoleum in the garden. This is exactly what I wanted from a haunted house. All the Victorian, old, abandoned manor vibes are there. And I absolutely love it. I don't mind that it is the standard, because that is what I want from the genre. This time, it is not about somebody inheriting the house. This time it is about somebody being so desperate for a job, and it's taking the groundskeeper's job. He almost got homeless for the second time. So that's why he's taking this job, even though it is a bit weird and he's never seen the owner. I'm just curious where this is going to take us. I'm 2 hours in. It is mostly vibes, mostly establishing how he's getting paid with gold coins. That, you know, who cleaned up the house for him, the groundskeeper's house that he get to live in now and stuff like that. I'm having a good time. That is all I needed. I am still working on the color. However, I'm over halfway. I just did a rib line and now I'm knitting the last rows so I can fold the color together and then that's done. That is exciting to me. And I also decided to bake cookies because I found a bingo board. And it had all the reading prompts, but it also had watch a spooky movie, bake something, listen to a spooky playlist, I believe. And I think that's it. I'm not sure. Here it is. So I baked cookies. And it's pumpkin. I'm very excited. They're just pumpkin shaped. They don't taste like pumpkin. It is puff pastry with sugar. And I love those. And I also made some with cinnamon on it. That's it. But they're good. They look cute. And it was an easy bake because I do try to read as much. However, I listen to the audiobook while doing it. So I'm having a very relaxed, cozy, spooky day. And I'm very excited about it. So I hope you're having as much fun during Summerween than I am. 10:30. But I finished another book. I have finished Cravon Manor by Darcy Coates. I love it. I did not. I really wanted to finish it today, but I didn't expect that I could, because it was quite a long audiobook. It was so worth it. In this haunted house book, you truly get to see ghosts. It is not even an, is it ghost or is it anything else? It is ghost. You see them, you get to interact with them. And it is incredible. It twists and it turns, but it is a very classical, standard haunted house book, and not at all at the same time. The house is exactly what you expect. Old manor from the 1800s, late 1700s. Gonna be very spooky, dust everywhere, cobwebs. It's grand, it's gothic, it's looking dark, it's overgrown, that kind of stuff. I love that kind of stuff. And then normally you would have somebody inherited house. That is not going on. This is somebody desperately looking for a job, and they get the job of groundskeeper. And that is kind of where the classic haunted house story stops. So the setting is extremely classic, and I love that. But this is somebody who sees the ghost early on and decides to stay. And that makes it very interesting. It is a very interesting story. We get to see the backstory of this whole old money family. And it is definitely creepy. There is real danger on stay. There is real danger. But the ending is so wholesome. I absolutely loved it. I think I might need to give this book 5 stars. It's adorable. It is one of my favorite haunted house stories. And it's just a different twist. And I can't tell you why, because that will spoil it. You have to trust me on this one. If you like haunted house stories in gothic mansions, try this one and see what you think of it. It's by Darcy Coates. Darcy Coates is really good at writing haunted house stories. I've read multiple. They always are 3 stars or 5 stars, and this is definitely not a 3 star. This is not an average book. I loved it. It might also be the timing. I was craving a haunted house book, didn't get it, and you did nothing wrong, and now I've got it. So that might definitely influence my opinion here. But this book was everything I wanted and I needed today. And I got really tired at 8. And if I didn't have a book that I really wanted to finish, because I could not put the story down, I would have stopped reading. So 4 days in, 3 books down. I think I'm doing good. I think I'm doing good. But I also think this is it for today. It is getting a bit late, so I don't think I'm gonna put on a spooky movie anymore. Maybe tomorrow in the afternoon. We'll see. I did knit on the sweater though. Almost forgot to show you. So the color is now done. It is a double folded color. I've sewn it down. Everything. The ends are woven in the body. And I started the first sleeve. Not that far in, but yeah. It is fingering weight, so it doesn't go that fast. It doesn't look neat here, but I hope it blocks out a bit. Because the rest of the pickup looks okay, nice enough. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about my progress today. Let me know what you're reading for summerween, if you're having as much fun. If you did like this video, please like, subscribe if you want to see more chaos from me, like a new summerween video tomorrow. And otherwise, I hope to see you on some of the sprints soon. Bye.